But here's Andre's story. I'm going to give him 5 or 6 minutes just for him to show you what he's done in 8 months. Now, what you should be looking at very quickly, and I'll leave it to Andre, is that on the bottom of the screen there, you will see the equity that he's gained being with me in 8 months. He's made $1.1 million in equity and $108,000 in cash flow. I don't think Andre has to go to work anymore. Welcome Andre Newlands to the stage.
Hi guys, thanks for coming along today, and it's a good opportunity to share some of the success that I've had in what is a very, very short space of time. I want to take 2 minutes just to give you a little bit of background about me, because if you just look at the numbers and start to think that there's something special about me that allowed me to do it, you're wrong. And there'll be people in this audience here that have got a whole lot more capacity to achieve results like this than what I've had, because I've taken a small amount of resource, but a huge amount in terms of dollar resource, but a massive resource in terms of education and building a team around me with guys like Sean that allowed me to take that small amount of financial resource and achieve a massive result in a short space of time. So, me, like Sean, university of life. I don't have a whole bunch of degrees behind me. I left school and started selling cars, moved from there to working for a motor vehicle distributor as a sales manager, from there on into the motor vehicle financing industry, which is a business that I'm still involved in today. But back during the last property boom, I did like what a lot of New Zealanders and Aucklanders did, took the easy money that was available, looked at property going through the roof, and went and built a dirty big house to live in and had a massive mortgage over my head that's just chewing its head off. It's getting it back under control now with rates, thankfully. But that sucked up a whole lot of capacity and sucked up a whole lot of equity. So while Sean was out there in those years building a massive portfolio, I was out there getting a massive personal mortgage that paid me nothing to have it. So I made a decision to get out there and turn my situation around, and after gathering knowledge for a long period of time but not taking action, and you'll remember a key thing that Sean said is that he takes action, I gathered a lot of knowledge but didn't take any action. So last year an opportunity came up to spend 12 months in the marketplace with Sean. It came with a price tag that at the time to me I thought was a big chunk of money, but I figured it was the only way that I was going to get out there and take some action and make up for the lost time, if you like. So anyway, that's enough about me. These deals that I've got up here, there's 9 deals there. We'll start with the first couple. They were it's actually a typo, they were both 5-bedroom units in Grey Lynn. They were on unit titles, they were 2 units in a block of 4. We bought these at mortgagee tender, sorry. We had huge competition for them. There was a total of over 80 tenders for the properties, but we got them because everyone else priced themselves out of the market through the floor, whereas we knew what they were worth, what we could do with them, the yields that we could get from them, and therefore we knew where the value was at with them, as opposed to a lot of people that go to mortgagee tenders, mortgagee auctions, and just figure, okay, it's mortgagee, it's through the floor, what's a figure, pull it out of your head, go absolute rock bottom, and try and absolutely steal them, and they miss out. So I don't think we did too bad with these ones. They were purchased for $385,100 for both of them. What I did is that I went into partnership with a business associate of mine, and we wanted one each. But what we chose to do was go in there and I put contracts in for both through my entity, but made them conditional on us getting both of them. So I had his horsepower in behind me to get them, but we put them through one entity rather than trying to compete against each other and maybe only get one or the other. And I made my contract conditional on buying both of them. Okay, so we picked those up. Those are going to be rent by the room properties. Don't have time today to go into how rent by the room works, but the bottom line is it's a strategy that we use with specific types of properties to get massive yields off them. These properties are also strong capital growth properties. They're in the heart of Grey Lynn, 2 streets back from Ponsonby Road. Immediately across the road from them is an apartment complex and is also zoned commercial. They have huge, huge potential for capital growth. The CVs on those properties, one of them was 620 and the other one was 660. Okay, so we purchased those properties for $385,100. They were renovated, incorporated in that renovation. Most of it was cosmetic stuff, but that also included an element of fit out to make them work as rent by the room because they're furnished properties. And so on those, after the renovations which have just been completed, the valuations have been done on them. They both come in at $580,000. We picked up near enough to $176,000 per property on those. Okay. The yield on them, we'll take that pre-tax figure at the end there. So take 14,610, divide that by the renovated cost of 404,470. Someone got a calculator? Quickly do that. And that gives you a net yield. Okay, so we keep, got the figure there? I'm sorry, that's not total rent, that's pre-tax net excess. That's what's left over after all the expenses are paid, including property management on these ones. That's much how, and interest costs. That's how much is left after all the costs are paid. $14,600. Those are $1,100 a week each.